Be up, guys. Apologies once again because of the fucking Wi-Fi. It's decided to be a prick and go slow as fucking ever and like a snail and pretty much go like England played last night. Fucking slow, negative, boring, pathetic, uninspiring, the usual shit. Despite having a new manager that was supposed to be better than Southgate, an upgrade, and play better football, and pick newer players, the players on form, and it's still the same fucking useless shit. Yet again, it is fucking Groundhog Day. It's not good enough. And I hate this. Nobody was really being truthful last night about that display. It's the same shit. This team we played last night, are 65th in the fucking world. 65th in the fucking world. And yet we can only beat them 2-0. 2-0. That is it. And we're supposed to be this great team in the world. Does it really just show that we're still not? We're still miles away from anything? Yeah, we got to finals. And we still ain't won it though, have we? Under fucking Southgate, you know? And to me, this guy is another fucking German Southgate, as far as I'm concerned. If he's going to do this, we're going to keep getting the same players back, the same shit, same negative, going backwards and just trying to pass it around. Okay, we're supposed to have all these stats saying, oh, that's most passes that we've done around in the... Yeah, but what did they get us? Did they get us anywhere? No. It was all negative. It was all backwards. We didn't fucking get loads of attacks, loads of shots at goal. Fucking shot shy as ever to do anything. Try to walk the fucking ball into the net. No. And you play the same shit that are not doing anything. Rashford was shit. So was Foden, as usual. Absolutely shit. Doing fuck all. And yet they still play. And I'm just not happy. I've fucking had enough of it, guys. I really have. It's fucking annoying. I got pissed off watching this game last night. And for all those fucking fans that turned up, are fucking conned out of their money watching that game again last night. How can you go and watch this shit team? It's like watching fucking wallpaper dry, paint dry, fucking useless. No, it's not. I'm not happy. And this England 2, Albania 0, uninspiring, dull, tedious, negative, boring football. That's what I've got here in this banner. Apparently, we have a new manager playing exactly the same we have seen a million fucking times before it. Maybe one game, but it's not great. After one game, I'm not fucking... I'm unimpressed and not convinced whatsoever that this will get any better. And we will move on and fucking win anything. It is absolutely shit. And I know I swore so many fucking times, but I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm allowed to fucking swear on my channel. And when I'm pissed off like this, I will do it. And I'm not going to apologise for it anymore. Because it's not good enough. A lot of people saying, no, you give him a chance. One game, it's one game. You give him a fucking chance. No. Why? Why should we? If he's not going to do any better, we just would have had fucking Southgate still. Because it'd just be the same shit that we're still getting. So what's the point of having this new bloody German bloke? What's the fucking point? If he ain't going to be any better. You know, we just want to got somebody else. You know, a proper coach, a proper, even if he was foreign again, you know, get lots of Klopp or Ancelotti or somebody like that, who's going to give us a sort of style of play or something, you know. I mean, because I've got another banner I'm going to put up here in a minute about all that. And we're supposed to have our own identity. But I'm going to bring my guest on, Warren. Patiently waiting. I know I'm going to apologise to him as well that I've been a bit late getting on here. But obviously, the Wi-Fi has been a bit of a fuck up as usual. And I've obviously been researching all this and going through different articles to bring up again and all that. To say why this is not going to be an improvement. No, we're not going to get anywhere. It's going to be the same old shit. But anyway, I'll bring Warren on. Be up to you, Warren.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Bro. Pissed off.
No, I'm not surprised. It was a shit show. Mate, I watched it for 13 minutes. And in that 13 minutes, I worked out that nothing had changed. There'd been no improvement. It was dire. It really was. You know, I actually feel sorry for the England supporters. Do you know what I mean? It was fucking dog shit.
Conned out all that fucking money they pay, and it's not cheap, not cheap.
This is what makes me angry about it, mate. People have, you know, spent their hard-earned money to go along and watch their team play, and that's what they get dished up. It's not acceptable. It really isn't. Do you know what I mean? I'd much rather have sat there and watched an entertaining game, and even if it had still only been 2-0, right? But they played with a bit of passion and desire, right? You know, you could say, okay. But nothing, mate. It was fucking awful. Do you know what I mean? This morning, like, one of my mates, he's a South African fella, black South African, right?
Yeah.
And he's a massive Orlando Pirates fan, right?
That's baseball. Baseball, yeah. Baseball.
No, football, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course, yeah.
MLS.
Yeah.
They played a World Cup qualifier against Lesotho yesterday or the day before. They won 2-0. But, mate, they could have had 7 or 8. They played with passion. They played with desire, hunger. Yeah. They looked like they wanted to score goals. They looked like they wanted to win. I can't say the same for England. It was fucking shocking. And, you know, hearing people going on about, you know, give him a chance, you know, it's his first game and...
Yeah, right.
It's just like, you know, I'm sick and tired of hearing these people coming out with this fucking bullshit all the time just to try and be controversial. Just fucking say it as it is. If you can't do that, then fucking get off the platform.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just fucking bullshit. It really is. I'm sick and tired of hearing people talking bollocks on this platform.
Yeah, exactly. Totally agree with you. I agree with you there, buddy. I really do.
You know, fucking Kieran Tierney playing left wing for Scotland. Are you for fucking real? I'm not aiming that at you. You know who I'm talking about.
I know,
fucking playing left wing for Scotland, or fucking Pep Guardiola taking over as fucking Spain manager. What is wrong with this fucking idiot? Fella's fucking clueless.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking sick of hearing him coming out with this bollocks all the time.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I'm convinced he's doing it for a wind-up, mate. He has to be, because if he actually believes that, then I put in that comment, these people need fucking to be assessed psychiatrically. Because they're madder than fucking Ronnie Cray, and that's saying something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I will just do this. Actually, there's one other thing I'm going to do briefly before we continue with this, Warren. I've got to bring this up. I forgot to do this. Hold on a minute. I forgot to share this. Wait a minute. It's coming. It's coming. Because it's a slow fucking Wi-Fi. But anyway, I'll bring this up. George Foreman passed away. I apologise. I was going to mention this earlier. I totally forgot. But I was so pissed off with that game last night. But yeah, he obviously passed away today, age 76. Legend in boxing, total legend. Of course, as we all know, the Ali fight, Rumble in the Jungle, all those years ago, and whatever. You know, he's been a great fighter, and went on a bit too long, as a lot of these fighters do. They generally want to make a comeback, and they're not up to it, are they? Most of the time, and try and come back at a later age, and they're just, you know, not the same, are they?
No.
I know he did win when he was about 45, when he won a game, won a match, coming back. But I should say you really, you don't say game or match, really, it's about, I suppose, of boxing. But I remember all that, and obviously he was more known for his grill, wasn't he? The George Foreman grill as well, when he brought that out afterwards.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That's right.
But, you know, people forget he was a boxer and a great boxer.
No, he was a great boxer. You know, he went toe-to-toe with Ali, and there's not many people who can say that.
No.
Greatest fucking fighter of all time. Probably the greatest sportsman of all time, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? And he went toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah, as you say, not many can say they've done that. He was fucking phenomenal, Ali was. So, you know, for him to do that, he must have been some fighter. And, also didn't see him all the way back then. Obviously, it's always been on, they've shown it on telly a bit, footage of that and everything else. I see him more recently when he wasn't quite his best, let's say. But, you know, it's still sad, obviously, that he's passed away. And RIP to you, George, and our thoughts and wishes and prayers go out to your family and everyone else, your relations, everyone related to you. And it's a sad day, but you'll never be forgotten. But we will obviously move on. Have you got anything, unless you've got anything more to say there, Warren? Do you want to add anything more, mate? Or?
I think that was a lovely tribute, Mr. B. And fair play for you to bringing it up.
Thanks.
Because it needed to be brought up, and you did it wonderfully. So fair play to you, mate.
Cheers. Yeah. Well, I always do that when I feel, you know, you got legends of the game, especially that passed away. You know, we want to remember them and say that, you know, pay respect to them, and everything that we know for so long that we've grown up on or whatever, you know, and you know, even obviously these movie stars, like, of course, that Gene Hackman, and a lot more came to light with Gene Hackman. But you'd have to, I'm sure, maybe you could bring that up on one of your streams, mate, one of your shows.
Mate, that's the second time you mentioned it. I'm going to probably do it now. It's great. I might even get you to come on and help me do it.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
I've never ever had anyone on one of those shows before talking with me, so that would be interesting.
I'm happy to come on, mate, and do that with you. Yeah, we'll do that because I think that guy was a brilliant actor and a great, you know, he was a legend in movies, you know, and acting and everything. So
just very, very yet another one that is really weird. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, we got to get back to this other shit we were talking about with England and that.
Well, this don't add up either, does it?
Exactly. Speaking of that, yeah, this doesn't add up. But let's see. I'll just go to another article regarding this, and let's see. Let's go to this one. Well, what this one saying? If we yearn to discover in England's 2-0 win over Albania what type of boss Thomas Tuchel is going to be, we did not get the answers. Well, we didn't, did we? But it was still encouraging. Was it? Was it, though?
No.
Oliver Holt saying that?
I'm really disappointed in Oliver Holt because I actually like Oliver Holt. I respect him. But that is just fucking bullshit. I'm sorry.
It is. It is.
It was not encouraging. And then I saw another one. I think I sent it to you. It's on this app I've got called One Football when they were saying a comfortable 2-0 victory against Albania. 2-0 victory at home against Albania, and that's a comfortable victory. No, I'm sorry. That's not acceptable. It'd be like my country beating San Marino 2-0 at home. I mean, even if we beat Albania 2-0 at home, I wouldn't be happy.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not.
Get many goals, do you? That's the thing. Scotland don't get many goals, do they? That's the only thing.
But the thing is, Mr. B, we get goals from other parts of the pitch.
Yeah.
Like midfielders. Our midfield's really strong. But
it is.
I don't mean to disrespect Albania because I don't. One of my best mates is an Albanian, right?
Yeah.
But and this is for you. This is for you, mate. You'll know what that means. Right? But I don't want to disrespect them, right? Because they're very proud people and all the rest of it. And from what I've heard, they played really well last night. But England are supposed to be one of the top 2-3 teams in the world, top 4 in the world. Do you know what I mean? And to put in a performance like that, I'm sorry, it was dull. It was negative. It was boring. And like I said to you, mate, I switched it off after 13 minutes. I just couldn't bear watching it. It was slow, pedestrian, backwards, forwards, sideways. It was crap. Do you know what it reminded me of? The fag end of Arsene Wenger's reign at Arsenal.
Yeah.
The turgid, fucking dire football. It was rubbish, mate. And if I was an England fan, I'd be a lot more angry. The reason I'm angry is because I just think it's disrespectful that they dished that up in, to hardworking people, paying out a lot of money to go and watch that rubbish.
Yeah.
At the stadium, and especially after what happened at the Euros and how dire that was. For me, I think the FA should have, for people, if they were able to prove that they'd been over to Germany, they should have been got a free ticket for that match.
Yeah.
Because it was a shit show. They were lucky, mate, to get past the second round. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
That was not acceptable last night. Do you know what I mean? To be honest with you, I'd rather have what's his face, the fella, Ricky Tomlinson managing that England team.
That's it.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because it was at least there'd be a bit of fucking passion. There was nothing. No, mate.
No, it was pathetic.
It's not acceptable.
As I put in this banner here, that Tuchel, German Southgate, I'm going to call him that. I've said it again, but it's Southgate, but with a German accent. Apparently, we have moved on from his style. On his style, the new manager has said we are going to have our own identity. Where is it? After only one game, where is it?
I was half expecting him to come out and do his press conference wearing a fucking waistcoat.
Yeah, Wally with the German flag on the back. Yeah, the waistcoat. That. Yeah.
Or his lederhosen.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was half expecting to see when you put the stream on. I was half expecting to see you sat there with a fucking Steiner.
Yeah,
fucking bratwurst in a roll.
Not drinking after that, to be honest. Having a bit to drink, but oh god, man, that was fucking terrible, though. And yes, Darren says there, don't hold back, Warren. No, shut down.
I remember I went to Germany in '88, Steve, right, for the Euros, and I bought a Steiner, right. It was like my gift to myself, right, for the trip, right, because I wanted to get a shirt, right, for Eintracht Frankfurt, because that's where we were staying. So, and I couldn't get one. I couldn't find one anywhere. So I bought a Steiner. When that thing is fucking full up, you need two hands to fucking lift it.
It's massive, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
I think it holds about 2 litres or something. You know?
Yeah.
3 of them, you're fucking gone, mate. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I never had one, mate, because I've never been over there. But I mean, yeah, I've heard it's it's big, isn't it? And you get loads in it, and everything.
Like I said, you need 2 hands to fucking lift a thing. How these girls who work in them beer kellers manage to carry around about 10 or 15 of them, I've got no idea. They must have fucking biceps like no one's business.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, well, they obviously got big summits that stick out. Yeah, anyway,
yeah. Moving swiftly on.
Yeah, let's move on, Warren. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm testing how far I can go here. No, I shouldn't be. No, but I shouldn't say that really. But I'm sort of testing how far I can go a bit here with what I say. But before I get removed from here, basically. No,
see, that was another one, Steve. That tournament. That's the last thing I'm going to say about it. But the performances in that tournament were fucking dog shit as well.
Yeah.
You know, 3-1 against the Soviet Union. 3-0 against the Soviet Union, I think it was. 3-1 against the Dutch. They did play quite well in that game, to be fair to them. And then the game against Ireland, when Ray Houghton, bless him, scored the winner.
Yeah.
But it was fucking awful. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was there with my mates and whatnot, but it was like a hooligans convention. But yeah, we'll move on, I think.
Yeah, move on from that. But this is the link if anyone does want to join. It's in the live chat. Obviously, Darren's there. If you want to join, mate, you're welcome. You know, you want to come on and rant or whatever, or if you did actually enjoy the performance, you would be the only one. Not many of us will or did enjoy it, and although some will still defend this fucking German clown or whatever, like to call him, and say, "Oh, you got to give him a chance, and it's only one game," and so forth and so forth. But
the problem with that, Steve, is that these people saying, "Yeah, give him a chance," and all the rest of it. I'd be more inclined to sort of go along with that and whatnot if there was a clear, you could see that the things were slightly improving, but there wasn't. It was exactly the same.
Yeah,
there was no difference.
Yeah, I know, mate. I thought, where are we going? Are we moved on? Southgate's still here, isn't he? Is he still here?
There was no fucking in that first 13 minutes that I watched. It didn't look like they had a fucking clue what to do. They were just passing it around slowly, like in the hope that someone was just going to produce a piece of magic, and it just didn't happen. And I just thought, this is the fucking same as it was in the summer. I've got better things to do with my time than watch this bollocks.
I don't blame you. I mean, I felt like it as well, but I in the end I watched it all because I thought, it'd give me even stoke the fire even more for me to go off on one the next day, because I know I would. Because it's just fucking terrible. It's not good enough. And I mentioned on the stream before with somebody else, and I'm not going to mention his name, but with someone else I was talking to on there saying, I will only accept a 3 or 4-0 win, a very great performance and a great win like that, bigger win. And I didn't get that. There was nothing. It was a shit performance. Turgid, uninspiring, dull, negative, lifeless. Where was the penetration? Why were we going back all the time? Negative, kick, passing backwards. And they're saying, oh, well, we've done all this passing, all these big lot of passing in the game. But you don't get fucking anywhere.
I don't care. Like, all that possession, what did he do for them? How many... I don't know what the stats were, Steve. Right, I'm going to put them up while we're talking because I have a feeling that the stats were fucking dire. Like, and the only stats I'm really interested are the amount of shots and shots on target and shots off target, right? Because the rest of it was fucking... Like, it just, like... Do you know what I mean? It was just fucking dreadful. It's an indicator of how creative the team is if they're not, if they're not creative, if there are no shots, very little shots and very few that are on target, then, that tells you what you need to know. I mean, look, England had 12 shots, 6 were on target and 2 were off target. I mean, looking at that, it's like 50% of the shots were on target, which on the face of it ain't too bad. But you're playing against, a team that's quite... Was it 65th in the world, you said, wasn't it? So, you'd be putting 3 or 4 past them. Do you know what I mean? And, like, on target, it was a third of the shots. They only had 2 shots on target, and both of them were scored.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I just don't think that's acceptable.
No, it's disgraceful, I think. Absolutely disgraceful. And there's just nothing there that fills you full of, of faith to say that he's going to get it. He's going to win us anything because we want him to move on from what we had before, but we're getting the same thing served up. It's what we've had a million times before, especially in the qualifying. It's the same shit. We should. Why can't we entertain? Why can't we have a good performance? Why can't we play some good football?
Because people will turn around and they'll say, "Oh, well, all that matters is whether or not they qualify." Right?
It's not. It's how you do it.
To a point, that's true. But what's the flaw with that argument is that people are paying a lot of fucking money to go and watch that tripe. And times are hard. Do you know what I mean? People can't afford to pay for their fucking heating in their, in their accommodation, and they've got kids' uniforms to pay for and food to pay for. Everything's going up. Do you know what I mean? And going to football, to be honest, is a luxury. Do you know what I mean? And then for it to be no, I'm sorry, mate, it's not acceptable. Like, a lot of people who say this stuff about all that matters is whether or not they qualify, is these fucking clowns sitting on YouTube channels talking bollocks. They're not match game fans, and the problem is, And I'm going to say something really fucking controversial now, and people are not going to like what I'm going to say. But I believe it, so I'm going to fucking say it. If people don't like it, don't fucking bother watching me then. I just think football in this country has been fucking infested with middle class fucking twats who've got no idea about football whatsoever. They're all like, they fuck off back to rugby or wherever else is that they've come from. Because this is a working man's sport in this country.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, I'm sorry, but I'm fucking sick and tired of listening to these fucking dickheads talking absolute bollocks who haven't got a clue what they're fucking talking about. Like I said earlier, those two examples I gave. Do you know what I mean? That character is a fucking prime example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous. The shit that character comes out with is fucking alarming. He has a fucking clue what he's talking about. You know, and he's been fucking, and as long as I've known this character, he's been fucking doing it, and it's just fucking ridiculous.
Well, I know who you're on about, of course, so we won't obviously go into it, but I know
I'm not gonna go on about it, mate, but it's just like, it is fucking ridiculous. You know.
And this as well, what I've got here, this banner here, picking players like Walker, despite having a good game, albeit against Albania, who are 65th in the world. Ranking Henderson discarded, not played since 2023. Jordan Henderson. That tells you everything. Still baffling. Not playing form players.
So why is he not? You know, if he thinks he can get away with picking these players and getting the job done, why is he not going for youngsters, blooding them, giving them a fucking crack?
We said it before, Warren. We said that before. Why are they not doing it? These players won't be playing in the fucking World Cup next year.
Exactly.
So why are we playing them now?
Steve, let's just look at what other countries do. How many times do you see Brazil winning the South American Championships?
Loads, I guess. Because they're playing their homegrown.
They don't. They just don't fucking do it. Because from the end of the World Cup till the next World Cup, they're building for the World Cup. The World Cup is the most important thing. Who is going to remember a European Championship victory if they go and they do shit in the Euros? Who's going to remember that or care about that if they then go to a World Cup and win it? Do you know what I mean? This whole fucking thing, the Nations League, the Euros, should be used as an opportunity to build a team for the World Cup.
The players.
Not playing these has-beens, fucking like that Henderson and like that fucking ex-player from Man City, the fullback. What's his name? The one you just mentioned.
Oh, Walker.
Yeah, why? What's he going to offer the team when it comes to the World Cup?
They've had their chance. Fuck them. Get somebody else in. They've had their chance. Why are they back? Why are they back?
Because most of these big nations, mate, they're not fucking overly bothered about winning like Euros or Nations League. If they go and win the World Cup, that's all they care about.
Yeah. Although then again, what you said about Brazil there, they haven't been that great lately, have they? When they played in these tournaments.
But I can guarantee you that they're building for the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? Everything is geared towards the next World Cup.
I remember the Brazil of old. I remember them from like 70s, 80s, whatever. They were amazing teams. All their great players, Pele, Zico, Arancha, Socrates. What else can you say? Romario, Ronaldo, Bebeto, all that. I remember all those. They haven't got anything.
This is the era. this is the era I'm talking about, Mr. B. In that period, that's what they were doing. They were like preparing for the World Cup because the World Cup was fucking big deal then. Much bigger deal than the Euros. And the Euros is going to lose its appeal because it's too easy to qualify for. The World Cup is harder to qualify for. Well, it is in Europe anyway.
Well, I think Nations League thing is a nonsense myself. I don't know why we bother having it. I think it's bollocks. Why?
What's that?
Why is it that Nations League tournament we play? If you agree.
Yeah, I do, mate. I've got some real fucking radical ideas about international football. I wouldn't have a European, South American, African qualifying tournament. I'd have one fucking worldwide qualifying tournament.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the qualifying group, you could be put in a group with Benin. You could be put in a group with Mexico and fucking Australia. Do you know what I mean? Why not? All these fucking players, they like play in all these different leagues all around the world. So it's not like they're not used to fucking travelling about the place. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, people go, yeah, but there'd be too many games. Well, then have a pre-qualifying tournaments for like the real small nations, so they don't get fucking humiliated every time they go out on the pitch, like the likes of San Marino or fucking Eastern fucking Timor or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not good for their development to get fucking thrashed 20, 30 nil or whatever. Like, because they do it in the Champions League. You have to go through, like, there are teams in that Champions League who would have gone through a qualifying tournament to get to the league stage. So why not in the World Cup?
Yeah. Exactly. I
just think it's mad.
There's another article I've got here that says Southgate win for Tuchel, and that's fine. What is it? No. Who's wrote this? Jack Pitt Brooke, whoever the fuck he is, football writer.
He's a middle class twat with a name like that.
Yeah, felt a lot like the Gareth Southgate era in the end. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, fuck off, is there? It's not supposed to be Southgate, it's someone else, you fucking prick. It was a professional, efficient win against a handy, hard-working opposition. Professional and efficient rather than dazzling. Lewis Skelly was good, which I admit he was. I thought he had a great debut, and I'm pleased for him. I'm sure you are. Scoring on his debut. Brilliant.
No, but that's the sort of thing we want, Mr. B. That's what you want. You want to see youngsters come on and do really well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I'm pleased for him, and it's good that he got his opportunity. That's one good thing I'd say for Thomas Tuchel, that he like bloodied Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
Do you know? No, but seriously, because he's the future. Players like him are the future. Do you know that other players like Henderson and whatnot? They've had their chance. But would you give Ivan Toney a call up for the game next game?
Apart from not liking the cunt, maybe I would. Even though, because I don't like him for what he done for against Brentford, you know, with all the shit he said and gambling and things like that. But as a player, thinking of him as a player, maybe. I think he would bully a lot of these defence. He's strong, as we know. Knows where the goal is, but, you know, going on what his form was when he came back for us, that last thing, he was shit, absolutely shit. And also what he said and done and what he done there against us, I hated him for that. But as a footballer, probably he could be good enough, he's strong enough, and he knows where the goal is. He's playing in the Farmers League in Saudi Arabia, as far as I'm concerned. There we go. Getting his money.
So the thing for me,
Unlucky,
I
mate.
think you need 2 or 3 experienced senior players to help bring through the younger ones, right? Who've been there and they've done it. But I'm sitting in here, Mr. How old's Kane, Steve?
31, isn't he? 31, 32, I think. Something like that. I think so.
He could be around for the World Cup, but he's going to be like, it's going to be his last. If he does go, it'll be like his last tournament. Do you know what I mean? So they need to start looking at other people to fill his role.
Yeah.
So, you know, because he ain't going to be around for the Euros, that's for sure.
No. Well, I think they should be looking for a new striker. I mean, they'll probably say Ollie Watkins, but I think he was injured. That's why he wasn't in this, apparently.
We're back to playing Tony and Ollie Watkins up front together. Brentford style.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No.
Have all the ex-Brentford players. They've got Konza playing. Why not? Fucking Tarkowski, get him in again. And all that, Build up all the players we wish we still had. Yeah, why not? But no, I just think, and this guy here, Orest, he's an Albanian, kind of an Albanian. He's not actually that. He was born in this country, I think, but his family are, and whatever. He said England had 82% possession because Albania can't bloody string 3 passes together. Reminding me of Man United. Yeah, like that, because that's his team, Man U. United.
It's all very well and good having this 82% possession, but if all you're doing with it is passing it sideways and backwards and not making penetrating passes or trying to go past a man, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How many times? I mean, I only watched 13 minutes of it, mate. But that fucking style of football has infested football in this country. Every fucking team in England, more or less, plays that fucking style. And it is fucking dreadful, right? It's killing football, right? And how many times do you see a player try and beat a man and go on a mazy run or something like that?
Yeah, not enough. I mean, look at all the times you see the likes of Rashford and that could have gone past someone. They didn't.
No.
He's not good enough. I know he went to Villa and he's doing better at Villa, but so fucking what? He's not England class. And Foden on the left-hand side, he was shit. Not going past anyone. He's probably out of position anyway, I guess. But he's still not been good enough for England. He ain't done it for England or City. Lately. So what's the point of him playing? That's what I want to know.
This is all fucking Pep's fault. He's the one that fucking brought all this bullshit in. Yeah. And it's fucking dog shit, mate. I'm sick of seeing it. Like I said to you, 13 minutes and I switched it off. I watched that game this morning. The highlights for that game this morning, the South Africa game. They could have had 7 or 8, mate. Easily. They were fucking really ripping into this team, playing with pace. Do you know what I mean? And the Scotland game, we started off quite slow and looked nervy. And then as the game wore on, we got better and better and better. And in the end, by the end of the first half, we were dominant. And do that away at Greece. That's fucking. I was staggered. I thought it was unbelievable. I thought the best we could do was get a draw. Yeah, but we beat them. So fucking fair play. Do you know what I mean? But they played with passion and pride. It was just fucking dull, man.
Well, you don't come away with a 1-0 though. Let's be honest. Greece were all fucking over you in that second half, mate.
No, but that's the thing. That's
hanging on the door.
All over. You go 1-0. If one of these teams go 1-0 up, you ain't fucking getting a goal because he knows how to fucking set teams up and defend a lead. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, that Greek side, they're fucking no mucks, mate. The fact they beat fucking England at Wembley comfortably.
Yeah, well, this proves that's no real mean thing. That's no real hard thing to do. Looking at this, is it? You know.
No, but do you know what I mean? Because England supposedly are one of the top 4 nations in the world.
Mm.
Do you know? And like, you know, I just think that if someone came in and brought in a like fast-paced, aggressive style of football, I think they'd absolutely piss it. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I thought this was supposed to be different than an upgrade on what Southgate was doing and things like that. But then again, we keep knocking Southgate. He did get us to 2 finals, don't forget. But we still fucking lost. But we still got there.
Mm.
But there we go. But I mean, it makes me think they want this guy now to take us all the way and win, go the extra bit further and win us the World Cup. And I'm not convinced.
No, I'm not.
One game.
I'm not.
After one game.
Mate, can you see that team beating Spain?
No.
Or even the Germans, for that matter.
And I don't think Germany are that great now. Let's be honest. I don't think they're the best that they've been. We know what
they were, Steve, but they're still a fucking handful. And I think they've got enough in their locker to cause England problems. You know, and then you've got Argentina in the mix. You've got fucking the Italians as well. It's like winning that World Cup will be a fucking uphill battle. I just can't see it happening, mate.
Yeah. There's some other teams that come through again. You can't discount the likes of Croatia again and play it and teams like that. And the others, Sweden and all that, Denmark, have come a long way. You know, they've improved and got better. And you know, I'm just wondering if we've gone backwards. England still.
I think a lot of it's to do with the Premier League, Steve, because it's so fucking hyped. Because of you know the media and likes of Talk Sport and like the likes of these fucking idiots on YouTube and whatnot talking shite all the time. You know, it's getting hyped up a lot bigger than what it should be, because it ain't all that, mate. England's got 2 teams in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I don't know how many the other countries have got, but I can tell you something: neither of those 2 teams are going to win the Champions League. Be another